Okay. No, right before you started rolling, you like looked at me sideways and you
I
kind of
didn't look at you
smirked like you have
sideways.
something funny to say. What do you? Oh, that's my phone. What do you
I
want to
have
say?
nothing.
What joke were you
No, I
making in
wasn't
your head
doing
about
anything.
me?
Let me. I get it tickles my ear.
Oh, that was weird. When you take it out, it sounds weird in my ear.
Does it?
Yeah.
How are you today? You look nice.
I'm good, thank you. I'm sorry,
You
I
look
was
like you're
running
about
late.
to paint the kitchen.
But you were running late too, so it's okay. Paint the
You
ketchup.
look like you have a DIY outfit.
What is it? Oh, it does kind of look like it. It is a good DIY outfit. You're right.
get
Oh my
it,
God, no!
girls.
Look, I am not lactating. That is, I just have wet hair. I was in a hurry this morning. Look, it looks like I'm leaking from my boobs.
Okay. I don't think.
Title of the episode.
Yeah, that's the name of the episode. It looks like I'm leaking from my boobs.
Can we make a DIY outfit instead? I like
No,
that
no,
better.
It's definitely leaking from my boobs. Rick, we're excited. I hope you like our new backdrop. We're on our way to changing things up. How do you like it so far?
Looks good.
It
Oh, he
needs
hesitated.
something. No, I hesitate too. I mean, it looks better than
It's
the
just
picture with the giraffe kinkles.
It's just something that we're
Yes, it needs something on top of it. Maybe some
soften it up.
color. It's a little dark.
Well, remember, we're gonna have the TV screen behind us
Yeah,
that we can.
yeah. It's
Try
a lot
that
of
out.
vertical lines. So like I'm kind of doing this with my eyes when I look at it on the small screen.
God. Okay, nothing's ever good enough.
No, Rick hesitated too.
Well, yeah, no, but Rick's being negative. Rick is being negative.
No, Rick was being nice. He was quiet. He let me dig the hole.
He's quiet now. Yeah. So-
What's so funny? What?
well, no, I had things that I wanted to talk about, and I just feel like we're
We
getting
went
off the,
sideways.
we're getting off the rails
Hi,
here.
welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Well, you're gonna have a billboard, and it goes up Sunday.
Yeah, they said it's she said there's a couple of them. It's not just one billboard. There's a couple, but she did say that there's one going up in front of the Alamo Dome on Sunday if I want to go take a picture with it.
We have so many cousins and family members in San Antonio and fans.
Oh, I hope if people see a
and
picture of the billboard,
I'm
they'll
sure
like send
somebody
it to me.
will send a picture of you.
Send it to me.
On the billboard. However, I am very proud of you. That you have become, this creative person, and I think, even like with my stand up, you start with one dream, and it changes and it grows, and what people don't know is Renee was she won Best Actor in the state of Texas.
Yeah.
You were on I'm going to be an actor.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to New York and study at Stella Adler at NYU, and then I'm going to go to LA and I'm going to be an actor.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be on SNL, or I want my own TV show, but your paths, they change.
Yeah.
And they grow, and I'm just so proud of you that you've continued to be a performer.
Yeah.
You're still performing.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't feel like I'm performing.
You don't think so?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't feel like. No, that's different. It's totally different. I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's like public speaking.
No, but
right. It feels more like public speaking than performing.
No, but you are an actor and you are a performer. You are an entertainer.
Yeah.
Right. You're still an entertainer, wouldn't you say, Adrian? Rick? She's still an entertainer. Are you bummed out about it?
Am I bummed out about what?
That it's not. Do you not think it's entertainment?
No, they're two completely different things. Like, having been a trained actor at NYU and knowing what that is and the work and the process for that, to me, they're two completely different things.
I don't know. I mean, look, I wanted to have a sitcom. That's, when I was very young, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do stand up. I'm going to have a sitcom. Now I don't want to say I don't want a sitcom.
Yeah.
It's not a priority to me.
Yeah.
Right. When it used to be, I'm going to do stand up. I'm going to get a deal. I'm going to have a TV show.
That was a success marker for you.
Like Tim Allen, like Roseanne, like George Lopez, like all these comedians, Ray Romano, all these comedians that came before me. That is like, oh, that's what I'm going to get. Right.
Yeah.
Well, now, I never thought in a million years that I would enjoy podcasting.
Well, because podcasting wasn't even around when you started. Podcasting wasn't even a thing.
But
I mean, I guess podcasting is like the modern version of a
this is still
radio show,
entertainment.
right?
This is still entertainment. We're still entertaining.
Yes. I mean, yeah,
it's not necessarily
a different form of
sitcom,
entertainment, but that's like saying stand-up comedy is the same as acting. Stand-up comedy and acting are two completely different things.
No, actors cannot do stand-up. You know, and I forget who it was, but they were upset because they're like, we do not get the respect we deserve.
Actors or comedians?
Comedians.
Oh,
and
okay.
after the Joe Coy thing, people are like, fuck those guys. Do they not have any idea
how hard it is to be a stand-up comedian?
How hard it is to be a stand-up? To walk on stage and make strangers laugh?
Yeah.
Like that is really, and that's the thing about.
With material you wrote yourself often.
Right.
Yeah.
So we are the writers, the producers, the directors, the stage blockers. I mean, we do everything.
Yeah.
But a comedian can be a dramatic actor.
Oh, for sure, because usually
a dramatic actor cannot be a comedian. It's never been done, can't be done.
Yeah.
And it's not going to. So I think to be a stand-up, you have to be crazy, smart, and talented.
For sure.
Nobody wrote our lines.
For sure.
I always tell people, like, the funny thing about TV and film, what people don't understand, where they go, Seth Green, and I'm just throwing a name out there. Oh, he was funny on that line. Well, yeah, because he said it 15 times.
Because someone wrote it to be funny, right? There was a setup before his line.
Right, and then but they got to go, hey, I like my coffee black like I like my men.
Yeah.
Black and strong. Okay, say it again, I like my coffee, and you get to say it as an actor.
Yeah, to have
15 times
to play off of.
I don't have a second shot.
Yeah.
I don't have a director going, wait, hold on. Can you didn't give it that extra at the, stand-ups don't have that.
Well, to do it all by yourself, like that's what is crazy. There's no one else on that stage with you.
But what I was talking about with you is that, you didn't give up on your dream despite the hurdles, despite all the things because you do commercials.
Yeah.
And you are in commercials, which is awesome. But I just think it's really special that you've continued to, you found this niche.
Yeah.
Right? You found this little thing that you're really good at.
Well, I was going to say, to me, it's just something else that I'm good at. Like, in addition to doing that, I'm also capable of doing this. It's just something else that I'm good at. But to say that they're like the same, that's like saying someone who has an HGTV show is an actor. I don't know that I would say that.
Entertainer.
An entertainer.
Fair
enough.
I did not say that you're an actor.
Yeah.
At the Home and Garden show, because you're being yourself and you are yourself, but you're an entertainer.
Yeah, I guess so.
And as my wife, Captain Evil, I would say that there are people on TV shows who are acting, are in movies who are acting, that you are more famous than.
Yeah.
I mean, people recognize you all the time.
I call it bonus love. Like, I get really lucky because people love you and because you love your comedy. I get like the bonus, the residual love of that. I really do. I'm really lucky.
But you're a character, and you are somebody worth following on Instagram with all the cool stuff you're doing.
Yeah.
That's kind of my point too is, okay, you're on a TV show. Are you worth following on Instagram?
Oh, I see. Okay, I see where you're going. Well,
and not only are you worth following on Instagram, you're not on Instagram showing your tits, which a lot of girls.
My brain didn't go to showing my tits. My brain went to like I don't like selfies. I'm very uncomfortable with selfies or like look at me in my outfit of the day. Like that's not my thing. That's not what I share on Instagram.
And I think it's great.
Yeah.
And you're always showing kind of the behind the scenes, number one, of our life and our kids and all the things we're going through. But your ability to decorate, and as much as I bitch and complain.
And you do. A lot.
I love our home when you're done decorating.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but we took Christmas down and it was like, oh, like our house.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Like
Does
it
it
got-
feel empty to you?
It felt so plain.
Well-
it was so loud.
Yeah, because
You know?
today I was like, I think I'm going to put up like Valentine's Day. It's
Oh,
only
right.
I only have one tub of Valentine's
two.
Day.
Two
Just
tubs.
one.
I
We
saw him today.
Okay, well maybe that's because I bought some more stuff. But and I needed a tub for the stuff I bought. But the house felt so empty, and I was like, it just needs a little something.
No, but you're really good at it.
Yeah.
You know, you go to some people's houses, you're like, ooh, yeah, they're not good at this. They're- Rick, have you guys taken down Christmas yet?
Yeah, we did. But one thing I will add
Uh-oh.
to
Did
the.
we
We
lose
lost Rick.
Can you not hear me?
No, we can't hear you
I
in
can
our
hear you
ears
now.
anymore.
Yeah.
We can hear you on the phone though.
Oh, that's weird. It's recording over here. One thing I was going to say about. And see, you don't need to hold it up as long as you can hear me.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you know what? Give me 1 second.
Technical difficulties, guys. Thanks for bearing with us.
Can you hear me still?
We can hear you.
Okay. One thing I was going to say is about Renee's decorating and all that is it's kind of annoying when we'd go to your house with Gigi and then we just copy your guys' style because guess who's got a frame TV now?
Oh, dude,
They're awesome. They're
that
so
happens
awesome.
to me all the time where we go somewhere and Renee's like, oh my God, this is cute. And I'm like, well, we're getting that. We are definitely, that is. So my issue is with the frames. So we have a frame TV. And if you don't know what a frame TV is, it sits completely flat on the wall like a picture. And then the components of the TV sit underneath. But the frame we got, it looks okay.
Oh no, we got
But
a janky frame.
where did you get your frame,
We
Rick?
need a new frame.
We didn't actually put the frame up. We didn't buy one of those because we actually like the clean border look
Oh, with no frame around it.
with no frame around it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that happens to me all the time where, you know, somebody's like, oh, Renee's like, oh, look at this. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Or if we've been having a design dispute, that sounds nice, right? Instead of a design argument, when we've been having a design dispute between the two of us, we go into someone else's house and I'm like, see, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Which, that reminds me of a great conversation. So our friend who has been on this podcast with his wife, Randy Rogers, Renee and I walked into the sushi restaurant to sit down and have lunch. And we ran into my hairstylist, Paul, and he was there with Randy. So
Yes.
Randy and Paul sat down and had lunch with us. And it was so fucking funny. Rick, listen to this. So I got to set up this, first of all. I have to set up the fact that one of the biggest arguments that Renee and I have is that Renee controls everything. I don't make any decisions in our home at all. Renee makes all
You
of the
only
decisions.
live in it half the time.
The point is, Renee makes all the decisions. Now, in my house, in the playroom, there's these beautiful sliding doors that open up, and I can sit on my patio and look into the playroom.
Like 2 months out of the year in Texas when it's not too hot or it's not too cold.
You don't need to defend yourself. Let me tell the story. And because I like that spot, I like to sit outside and watch either baseball or football, but the TV's kind of far away, so I put a 90-inch TV there. Well, Renee was very upset that the 90-inch TV does not belong in there.
Do we say that is it my turn?
I was
Ding.
right.
Do I get to buzz in? Do I get to tap in? The TV 90 inches on that wall when you were actually in the room, which functions as our children's playroom.
Ding. Let me interject.
Is massive.
Ding. Let me interject. It is the media room. It is the kids' room. It is where you go to lounge and watch a movie. You get it dark in there and you watch a movie. So the kids want the big TV, so it feels like a movie screen. That is for entertainment.
But we're
It is
talking about
we're not
proportions for the
ding,
wall
ding.
size.
I hit the ding. I hit the ding. You can ding in when you want. You can ding in when you want. I did not put that TV in the living room. It is in the playroom, which is for the kids and entertainment, video game room, if you will. I wanted a 90-inch TV for months and months and months. Renee would say this.
I would say that it is too big for the piece of furniture. I even tried to find a piece of furniture that was long enough for the dang TV. So we've got, for the longest time, we had a beautiful piece of furniture under that TV with TV sticking out over the edges, which is a design like not. It looks terrible. It was disproportionate for the piece of furniture and for the size wall it was on. It was massive.
And my argument was, I do not get to pick anything. I don't ask for anything. Renee does everything she wants to do the way she wants to do, and I have learned that if I do not let Renee do the things that she wants to do, it is very painful.
Oh, you act like I said you can't have a TV in the room.
Ding. So then I told her, I said, honey, that's the one thing that I would like to ask you to give me. Can you please let me have that TV? Well, nonetheless, I do not have that TV in there. Renee has gotten her way, and that TV is not in there. Now, that is the setup.
Okay, there was some compromise. It was like
didn't even say ding.
Ding, ding, ding. There was compromise. I did go and buy a longer piece of furniture so that you could still have a large TV, just not as stupidly large as you wanted.
Can I finish and stop trying to defend yourself?
I'm not defending myself.
Renee gets what she wants. And
no,
I'm no longer.
A TV should be proportionate to the wall and the piece of furniture.
I gave in because Renee would not.
You were wrong.
Renee, it's so painful. Renee would not stop berating me.
But now this is
my
painful
decision.
Because it legit is anytime we have another argument,
so,
somehow it always circles back to the TV in the playroom.
That's all I wanted. I didn't pick out the furniture, the wall colors. I don't pick out anything in our home. I don't pick out our bedspread. I don't pick out anything.
I say, do you like this before I hit the buy button?
Anything. So, we're sitting down with Randy Rogers and Paul. Okay, Paulie. Randy, congratulations to him, just bought a beautiful home on the beach. He's telling us about it. You can tell that he's proud that he bought this beautiful home. Well, he goes, and my biggest problem is I just want a big fucking TV in the living room, and they're not letting me. I'm not picking out shit. I'm not, and I'm like, oh my God.
He said even his mother-in-law told him no, that TV that he wanted was too big for that room.
Me and Randy just looked at each other like we are living the same life. Because Randy said, he goes, I don't want anything but a big TV so that I can watch a movie.
What is
or
it
a
about
game.
Men and their big TVs?
I like.
Is it
big
related
TV.
to the size of something else? Like, what is it? Why do you need
just say dick.
Massive TVs that are disproportionately sized? Is it because you wish you had other massive things that were disproportionately sized? Like, what is it?
No, Rick, who's right? Me or her? Go.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I will never pick sides with you guys. This is no win situation.
I hate you so much. You know I'm right. And again, you know, nobody comes to our house. Like Renee.
Oh my God, I do. When we had the TV, because multiple times in our relationship together over the years that we've lived together, we have had TVs that were too big for the piece of furniture they were on. And I'm like, we know better. You're married to me.
Nobody's ever going to go into the kid playroom and go, oh my God.
No, but when the TV...
Did you see how big their TV was?
No one's going to say that because if they come into our home, usually they love us. But
like
that is a thing. Feng shui is a thing.
Nobody says that.
That is a thing. No, but that when you're sitting on the patio, that TV might feel the right size. But when you're actually sitting in that room
I've been to
on
Rick's
the couch
house.
with the children, I don't need to see Paw Patrol that
Rick
big.
has the loft upstairs that is the entertainment space for the kids and the family. I didn't walk up there and be like, what the fuck is going on up here?
Well, no, because they have a
TV's
theater room where they have their massive theater screen.
Ours is like a theater room.
It's not though. It's a narrow room. It's not like a theater where you're far away from the screen.
If we're supposed to be teammates and partners, you should let your teammate or partner at least pick one thing that makes him happy.
Sure, pick something else.
Like what?
I don't know. A rug, something I can cover with furniture.
Rick, did you get to pick the TV in the game room?
Yeah, so I'm basically our decorator, which is, Gigi was actually just saying like, hey, don't start blaming me for your decoration decisions. And, truth be told is I usually come over by myself to your place. So it is me stealing all your guys' ideas. I mean, it is insane. Like I was like, hey, Renee, where'd you get this couch from? And then day after we're at that store trying to find it.
Dude, that couch is awesome. That couch is great. That was a compromise that Renee figured out for me. However, if
what does that mean? A compromise I figured out for you?
Well, because it worked for you.
Oh, because
I wanted the where the legs come up.
Yes,
but of course, we don't.
I was determined to find one that wasn't ugly.
I don't want a lazy boy.
Yeah.
Right, but I'd like to pick up your feet. And Renee found this really cool sofa that if you see it in our living room, you don't know it's a right, but it is and it is nice.
See, you make it sound like I'm terrible. You got the couch.
I didn't make it sound like you're terrible.
You just said
the things you do made you sound terrible. I didn't make you. I'm getting blamed for things you do. I don't understand.
No, listen, I told you. I said, I'm not saying you don't deserve to have your massive TV someplace. Just put it someplace where it's proportional. So you took that massive TV and you put it in the barn where it is on a huge wall. And it makes sense.
But like I told you, I have not this year sat in my favorite spot in the house because it's no longer my favorite spot.
Because it's been cold.
Because
this year we just started. We're 3 weeks in,
to add
Steve
on
Trevino.
to the feng shui. The chairs we had in the patio were so comfy and so rockable and so chill. I love the chair and I love the TV.
We moved him to the barn with your big TV.
Then Renee bought new chairs out there
that are gorgeous.
They look good, not comfortable.
Everyone comes over and they're like, your patio furniture is beautiful.
Looks good, not functioning.
How does it not function? It for sure functions.
It's not comfortable.
Your requests were,
it's like you.
Will it
you
still
can
swivel?
Cook,
and I said, yes, it will still swivel.
Is it?
Hey, I have never advertised that cooking was one of my skills.
No, all I'm saying is that it was so funny that Randy's sitting there telling me about the same exact argument. And then Renee looked at him and goes, Randy, it is a problem at our house.
I said, you will get no sympathy from me, Mr. Rogers. This is what I told him.
It is a full fucking argument at our house.
Yes.
And he's like, oh no, it's a full fucking argument at our house.
I don't understand why it's so hard to choose a TV that is appropriately sized.
I don't understand how it's so hard to go, you know what? My husband lets me pick out 99% of the things. And the one thing he wants is a big TV. I am willing to compromise so that my husband can enjoy the home that he worked so hard.
Pick something else, like the trash can under your bathroom sink.
I am so interested. No, I am so interested to hear the comments. I can't wait to hear the comments.
Yeah.
Everybody on this podcast is Team Captain Evil.
Listen, I'm speaking at the San Antonio Home and Garden Show for a reason. Why would you not just follow my lead?
Exactly. Oh my God, I'm gonna bring that later on to you. Oh my God. When it comes to social media, maybe you should listen to me.
I don't know. We have very different opinions.
Okay.
We're two very different people.
We're very different people.
We are very
Renee
different
gets what she wants, and I work to give her all the things that she wants, because if she doesn't get the things she wants, God, it hurts.
It hurts.
I want Adrian's opinion. Adrian,
we have to keep having this discussion.
Do you and your wife have these fights
over and over and over again?
No, my wife does not have an eye for it, so we do not have these fights. Not at all.
So who decorates at your house?
It's a combination, but usually me.
But you're like, we need a painting here. Something needs to go here.
Yeah.
Something should go here. We're adults. We should have something here. But your wife doesn't care.
Not really.
How big your TV is, or
no.
But why can you not just say design is not my thing? Like,
Design's definitely not my thing.
right? Like, I just say cooking's not my thing. You're a much better cook than I am. I have no problem with that.
You heard it here.
If you
live.
taste something and you're like, Renee, it needs more of this, I'm like, Steve's probably right. He's a better
Oh my
cook.
God! Stop stop it!
It's
Oh.
true.
We're gonna open up a whole fucking can of worms here. I'm gonna let that go.
It's
dude.
true.
Let that go. I am. Oh my gosh. Renee doesn't listen to me whether I'm an expert at it or not. It doesn't matter.
When it comes to cooking, I listen to you.
Like I'm trying not to start a fight.
Are you?
So trying not to
Are
start a
you?
I'm just saying I would like to see the comments. Now, speaking of comments, to change.
Uh-oh. Did we get some bad ones or some good ones or what? I didn't read them.
people really chimed in on the potty training.
Oh, yeah.
People really chimed in, and I really appreciate all the things.
The different suggestions or things that worked for them.
And there was a couple people that are like, gosh, I just wish we could talk to you. You know, so maybe next week we can schedule for them to call in or Zoom in.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we are at our wits' end. And a lot of the suggestions that were on the comments, we've tried. I read a lot of the comments and I'm like, guys, we've gone down that path. We've tried this, that, and the other. And I mean, the only thing that we're thinking so that we are transparent, even her teacher at her daycare reached out and she said, look,
the day the podcast aired, not having seen the podcast, she had no idea that we talked about being at our wits end with potty training.
And she called us up and she said, she was, like we said, she was, Delilah's super intelligent and super social and smart and very, very aware, but she had an accident. Not only did she have an accident, she freaked out for 20 minutes over it.
Yeah.
So then she went to the potty and it was a full bladder release, a lot. And then literally 10 minutes later, a full bladder release again and made an accident. So she reached out to us and said, look, maybe it is something physical.
Yeah.
So we went to the pediatrician yesterday and she's going to start with some very easy, she did pee in a cup, said her urine looks fine. But we're really trying to figure it out. And one of the comments was like, look, I had the same issue with my daughter. When they're ready, they're ready.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out.
I think that's the other tricky part is that like, she's still little. She's 3.
Yeah.
It's just.
So it is definitely quite frustrating. And I do appreciate all the comments and the people that reached out to let us know that their thoughts.
Yeah.
Because we read them. And we are open to suggestion.
Yeah.
So we don't know what we're going to do with that. I don't think our in-laws have seen the podcast.
Oh, I'm sure they did today because Dad's.
They're probably watching it today.
Yeah, I'm sure they watched it today because my mom actually, you asked me what I was going to talk about at the Home and Garden Show and what I was going to demo this morning. I got like 10 text messages from Mom with suggestions about what I should do at the Home and Garden Show.
From your mom?
Yeah, from my mom.
What were her suggestions?
A lot of them were Mother's Day gift ideas.
I like that. So, because it's in February, right?
Yeah. But
like
Mother's
that.
Day is when? In May or June? Yeah.
I think, because Mother's Day is hard.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think we also live in a world where we're no longer being thoughtful.
Yeah.
Right? You go on Amazon, you buy a gift, right? And you go, here, have some chocolates or have we did charcuterie boards for everybody because we were trying to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Right? We were trying to think of something that may be
fun, useful, enjoyable.
Rick,
yeah.
did you enjoy that? Did you get one? I hope you got one because then we're
Yeah. It was awesome. Very good. It was really, really nice.
Well, but we thought think outside the box, right? Like here's something that a lot of people do a bottle of wine or you know, but we just thought, all right, here's something different.
Yeah.
And I think that your mom's right. Maybe a different angle on Mother's Day. What else?
Yeah.
What else did come up?
Well, it was a bunch of Mother's Day ideas, but I love the holidays and hosting. That's kind of my jam. But I also love, as we packed up all of our Christmas decorations, I like things that can be transitional. that you can use for multiple holidays. So I'm thinking tips and tricks for
Well, you
holiday
did that
home
kind of
hosting
with fall, like
Yes.
fall going into
or Halloween going
and
into
I got
fall.
in trouble because it wasn't Thanksgiving yet, and I was going to put up our nativity scene. We have a huge light up nativity scene. So I'm like dragging it out there, and she's like, "What are you doing? It's not even Thanksgiving yet." I'm like, "Oh, shit."
So we're going
I
to be
had
like the Clampets with 3 different holidays in our yard looking confused.
I just need
You gotta-
next year, this year,
Uh-huh.
because we're our new year.
Yes.
I need you on the calendar to put, we start Christmas decorations here.
Uh-huh.
We start, I like lay it all
Well,
out.
it changed this year because we were filming your special and we were hosting Thanksgiving at the house and we had everyone. Like, it was just a lot happening all at once. So this year it was we were on a delayed schedule this year.
Because who does all the setting up for your house, Rick?
Gigi, I will not touch setup on that stuff.
See,
I don't
that's a
set
man.
it up and I don't take it down.
See, that's a man right there. He puts his fucking
You
foot
don't
down.
do much either
And he
except
lets her
set
know,
the
"Bitch,
big
I ain't
old
touching
tree
this
up
shit."
for me.
You do it. Adrian, at your house?
Me.
You're the guy?
Yeah, you do the holiday decorating too?
Well, we get the kids involved. but
Yeah.
The kids love it.
I drag all the stuff out, and then we kind of let them put some stuff up. But
Put it together. Yeah. I like your attitude, Rick. I need to put my foot down, buddy. I need to.
You didn't do much this year. I know what you're talking about.
My bad. The Christmas tree's free. They just give it to you. Wow. Okay. That was so funny. I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
I don't know why you thought that was so funny.
Because money
either,
grows
if I'm
on
being
trees.
honest.
Daddy's not out there hustling. Daddy's not out there making monies, trying to pay these bills. Dang, our house looks like a damn department store. My bad. Where did that come from? Hello, Daddy.
You're an idiot.
I know, and I love it. This week I did Sacramento and Redding, California.
Yeah.
Sacramento's always fun. Like, it's always, the people are great.
Yeah.
It's always a good show. And then, when I would do the punchline in Sacramento, the staff and I would go have a drink at this place called the Maple Room. And it is a perfect dive bar.
Yeah.
I love dive bars.
Why is it called the Maple Room? Is it like whiskey, maple whiskey or something?
Maybe they're from Canada. I don't know.
Huh.
But it is you walk in, tables, little space on the left, enough for a dartboard, and then the bar is literally 4 feet from the back wall. Right? It's just perfect.
Yeah.
And I was telling Timmy and Johnny Sanchez, I'm like, we got to find this bar. Like, I want to go over there. Nobody's going to be there because it was Thursday night.
Uh-huh.
I want to have a drink there. The casinos in California don't have craps. I go, let's just go have a drink there. And we found it, hung out there, and it was just great Thursday. Nobody out there. Then in the car on our way to Redding, California. Dude, Redding is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
What's it close to? Where is it?
In the hotel that I was in, there was a botanical garden behind. It was just picturesque.
Uh-huh.
And the Sacramento River runs through it, and there's all these lakes, and there was ducks everywhere. It was just a beautiful place. And
Was it cold?
it wasn't too cold. I thought it was gonna be colder,
Uh-huh.
but it wasn't too cold.
Yeah.
But just a beautiful town. And I've talked about it before. There are gigs you don't go on.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of glad that Renee and the kids didn't come. It's kind of boring. There's really nothing
Right.
to see here.
You do your show and you watch a movie.
And I mean this by no offense to Kansas, but nothing to see here. This was one of those weekends where I'm like, well, Sacramento, right?
Yeah.
And then I went to Redding, and I had that moment of like, man, I really wish Renee was here. Because it was a beautiful little town.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. And I got backstage, gift basket of all the local Redding stuff.
I always think that's so cool when the theater does that.
That means the world to me.
Yeah.
It really, but again, it's not a big gift.
But also, what a cool way for them to highlight their local community.
And it means the world to me, and I think it's awesome. And I just, I don't know why more people don't do things like that.
Yeah.
When I went to Midland and I did the theater over there, I get in my hotel, welcome to Midland. And they had the towels, and I mean, just a koozie and
Postcards. I always think that's
I mean,
sweet when they
just-
put postcards.
just
Not that you
cool-
write and send postcards,
cool
but
stuff.
still.
But nothing crazy at these shows. But it was a lot of fun, and Reading was really picturesque.
Yeah.
And I just want to talk about it because if you're doing and if you're doing a California trip, I think it's worth stopping.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's right in the middle, right, Adrian?
It looks like it's between Sacramento and Oregon
Yeah.
in the forest.
Now, one of the most beautiful drives I have ever driven
Uh-huh.
is when I had to drive from Seattle to San Diego. And that top half of the country, driving through that is so picturesque.
Yeah.
And the trees and the rivers, and
The Pacific Ocean, right?
it's just gorgeous. Another drive that is stunning is through Utah. I drove from Vegas to Colorado through Utah.
Uh-huh.
Utah is a beautiful state.
Yeah.
Beautiful state. I mean, and that's the thing about, I think about like all the roads I've driven, all the cities I've seen, you want to know something about this country, I have seen it.
Yeah.
From White Sands to the Grand Canyon to Mount Rushmore to the Liberty Bell to Paul Revere's house to,
Yeah.
That's why I'm so excited to do Montana.
I was going to say, well, this year, like on your theater tour, you're doing a lot of cities that I've never heard of. I'd never heard of Reading. You're doing Melbourne, Florida. Like I've never heard of Melbourne. I was like, where's that? I had to look on a map. You're doing a lot of like little theaters in cities you've never been to before.
We're trying to kind of, spread the apple seeds, if you will, right? We're trying to go out and really hit up markets that we've never done before because and I think a lot of comedians aren't willing to do that. I am willing to take a step back to take 3 steps forward.
Yeah.
I want to go and visit people. We're doing Salt Lake. We're doing Montana. We're doing Bozeman, Montana. Montana, I've only driven through. And I spent a little time in Billing.
Mm-hmm.
And it is gorgeous. So I cannot wait to do that. Boise. I'm doing Boise.
Yeah.
Never done Boise. Very excited to go and visit those people. So with that being said, Rick, special questions. Go.
One thing about you were talking about acting earlier. When you're doing, and I'm basing this kind of what I saw on the special, when you do your act outs or your kind of facial expressions, is that based on the crowd or is that kind of predetermined?
It depends. I even play with that, right? Like I try to find the best facial expression. So I'll do 3 or 4 different facial expressions to see what is the crowd reacting to.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter, Rick, the crowd. By the time I film the special, I kind of know my dad should sound like this.
Yeah.
I should make a face right here, right? Johnny gave me a great note. He's like, when you roll down the window, it's so funny the way you do it. Can you please do it again? Right? But it is all written and direct. Like I'm directing myself in a sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Rick?
It does. But like when you during that bit, when you throw your hand up like, never mind, is that spontaneous or is that kind of wave away? Is that predetermined?
Well, sometimes it is spontaneous, and then I see that it gets a great pop, and then I go, okay, I'm going to try it again. So then, the dad story in the special, it was so fat. I tried everything.
What do you mean when you say it was so fat?
Well, I added so many other things in the story that I'm like, okay, which ones am I going to hook into?
Oh, as
Which
you
ones
were
are the
working
audience-
and writing the bit.
Right. Which
Gotcha.
ones are the audience going to like? I used to do a thing about, my dad giving my son money. And I'd be like, he just gave it to you? Like when I was growing up, for that man to give me $5, it was an hour and a half speech about hard work and right. So you try those things. And then when it's time to go, okay, Did I get a laugh there? Yes. Do I need that story to tell this story? The answer is no. Right? So then I take out things.
Yeah.
There used to be a scene where I would go pick up my son and there was toys all over the floor and he's jumping on the sofa and I'm like, how are you still alive? Right? If it looked like this when I was a kid and I was jumping on my dad's sofa, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
Got rid of that. Right? So Rick, I really experiment and try everything. Because sometimes there's a moment that I go, oh man, that's really funny.
Yeah.
There's something there. Then I don't give up on it. And then that turns into a 10-minute bit. Right now, I'm doing the bit about baseball moms and how I thought that travel baseball was going to be more about the dads.
Yeah.
And it's not. There's always a head bitch, and they have their Stanley Cups, right? And they all sit on the front there, and they have matching earrings, right? But that bit right now is so small,
Yeah.
right? That I know that's gonna be bigger.
You're like, give it one more baseball season. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, give me one more baseball season, right? And I mean, there's always that one bitch that is running everything. She's behind the scenes, right? I'm like, there is no head coach. There's a manipulative bitch that's running all of it, right? Because every mom in travel baseball wants the best 8 kids on the field and their son. So there's a bit there, and it's bigger, and it's more fun, and I can get into the storytelling of how is this woman manipulating everybody, right? Who are the moms? There's different sections of moms. There's the moms that just nice to everybody, and they don't want any trouble, and that's one group. And then there's the super into baseball group, so I can start to map out this story of what it's like to be on travel baseball, right? Somebody came up to me after the show in Reading, and he goes, oh my God. Oh, it was in Sacramento. Cody Johnson's band came to visit me because they were playing Sacramento the next day. And one of the dudes from the Cody Johnson band goes, dude, do you and the dads ever get together and go, hey, I hope we lose this game. I don't want to play tonight at 8 o'clock. So he was able to add something that I was like, oh yeah, there's all that, right?
Yeah.
So then, Rick, then I start creating, and then the facial expressions come in. And I learned that from Chris Rock.
Yeah?
I would watch Chris Rock work on a new hour.
Uh-huh.
And for the first, when he's just writing
Like watch
stuff,
him working on it at the Comedy Store, you mean?
at the Comedy Store,
Yeah.
he would work out an hour in front of us at the Comedy Store.
Uh-huh.
And when he first started, he's sitting on the stool. He has his notepad, and he's just reading the notepad.
Just talking to you to see what gets a laugh.
He's not doing any act outs. He's not pretending like it's a written joke already. He's literally reading off a notepad. And you will see him with his pen, and then the audience will chuckle, and he'll go, oh, okay, there's
Something there.
something there. And then I watch this guy go from sitting on the stool with a notepad to then standing up without the notepad, or with the notepad but not reading it,
Yeah.
going back to the notepad.
Uh-huh.
Then from there, the notepad would disappear, and then he would start just talking it. And then before he was about to film, it was Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I mean, pacing the stage, inflection, strength, power, well thought out jokes. But I would watch him, and it would take him a long time to go from sitting on the stool with a notepad and reading the joke to the guy you see on his specials.
Yeah.
Right. So, Rick, it is definitely all very methodical.
But I have seen where your act, not that it changes based on the audience, but based on the room. Your performance changes when you are in a comedy club versus when you are in a theater.
Sometimes, but yes.
Not like a huge amount, but
I
there
think-
are alterations.
I think both of us have talked about this. I think, if I remember correctly, Rick, you prefer the comedy club setting.
That's a tough question because I like the roar of the laughter in the theater, and I like how big it feels. But there is something that, first of all, what I find amazing is how you can self-edit based on the room. And when you and Renee and Brian were talking, being like, hey, try it like this, try it like that, in the club setting, it doesn't have to play as well as in a theater. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
one of the things that I do when I'm in a theater is my facial expressions are bigger. My act outs are bigger because I know that person sitting in the back of the room cannot see the details in my face.
Yeah.
Right? In a comedy club, I can be way more subtle.
Yeah.
Right? I can make a smirk that I know everybody sees, but if you're in a 3,000 seater and you're in the very back, did you see that smirk?
Yeah.
Did that smirk give you the same effect that it gave the first 15, 20 rows?
Yeah.
So I am definitely bigger act outs. And when I filmed my special, I was big.
Yeah.
You know, I was my face. And that's what a lot of young comedians don't understand is that I am using every tool in my toolbox. I put it all together, just like Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I make sure that the wording is the way I need it to be, the joke. And then I make sure that I'm performing the joke.
Yeah.
And then I make sure that I'm letting the audience know with my face that maybe I said something really shitty, but I'm just joking, right?
Yeah.
So there's all these little things that I do, and I use every part of, and I use the stool as a prop, and the mic stand as a prop, right? Right now I'm picking up the mic stand, and I'm going, these bitches in their Stanley Cups, and it gets a huge laugh because you have the visual of me holding the mic stand.
Yeah.
But I tried holding the stool
Uh-huh.
as the cup.
Yeah.
Didn't get the same laugh. But the thing is, I'm not going to give up on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try the stool 3 or 4 or 5 more times to see if maybe it was that crowd.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't do it
Yeah,
right.
that's the other thing. The energy, especially like in a comedy club, the energy on a Friday night crowd is very different than the energy on a Saturday first show crowd or Saturday second show crowd. Like they typically have a different energy each show.
Definitely different energy, but I'm not going to give up on the stool being the Stanley Cup until I know
Yeah.
it's not as funny as the mic stand.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of these young comedians, they don't see all the angles, right? You know, even Johnny, who's a definitely a pro,
Yeah.
right? Johnny is a pro. I mean, I'm not knocking Johnny Sanchez at all. He's one of the funniest, most talented dudes I've ever worked with. So please, but I was able to give him a note that he was like, I can't believe I didn't see it that way.
Yeah.
And the note is because he's very short, and his wife is 5'10" and wears heels, so now she's 6 foot whatever. He goes, when I hold her hand, it looks like she's walking me through like I'm a child.
Uh-huh.
But it was a simple move from him holding her hand like this to this,
Yeah.
right? This visual, this looks funny.
Uh-huh.
This visual is hilarious. And he was like, oh my God, I didn't think to move my hand up even higher
Yeah.
to make it look like I'm a child getting dragged out of Walmart,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's all those little things that you got to think about, right? Next question, Rick.
What are you thinking about? I mean, you've done these jokes thousands and thousands of times. What are you thinking about when you're on stage? Are you thinking about the actual joke? Are you in the moment, or are you thinking, I need to get to this point?
I am out of body every single time.
Okay. I want to ask because I've seen the first show we have on tape and I've seen the second show that we have on tape. Same feeling, both shows?
That's great because Renee asked me to zoom out of the timeline to see. I had it color coded based on first show and second, and she's like, "What's the percentage taken from each show?" And it is literally 50%.
So what he's saying is like when we edit it, you can see at the bottom of the screen, there's a certain color for show 1 and a certain color for show 2. And then when we piece it all together, he pieces it all
And
together.
it was
you can
50-50.
see.
So the first show, I wanted to make sure that I got the jokes right. I wanted to make sure that I had the verbiage correct, that we hit every mark, that I hit every joke that I needed, that I liked, right?
So you're thinking about it.
I'm thinking about it. So when I say I'm out of body, when I'm talking, saying this joke, I'm already thinking about how I'm going to perform the next joke.
Yeah.
I'm out of body thinking about the next joke, right? Now, there are times, and I probably shouldn't say this because sometimes I'm just not in it. And then I go into autopilot on stage, and then I am literally having a conversation with myself.
Thinking about other stuff?
I'm like thinking about you. I'm thinking about how you don't let me have the TV. But I'm literally like, oh man, I can't wait to be at the casino tonight in my head. Like, oh man, I don't know what we're doing tonight.
You're throwing dice in your head.
Like I'm literally having a conversation in my head while I'm performing and delivering jokes, which people think is absolutely insane and crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm able to be performing, thinking about something completely different, right?
Yeah.
And get it done. However, I do feel like those are not the best shows because I'm not in it. So first show, get all the words out, stay ahead of the game, right? Second show was I got it in the can. I got every joke I wanted to except for one joke. There was one joke that I was like, I got to make sure I get this one in the second show.
Yeah.
And then the second show was I'm going to be spontaneous. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to be with the crowd. I'm going to enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Right? The first show, I didn't enjoy the moment. Second show, I'm enjoying the moment. But then I'm like, I have to get this joke. So there was only a little bit of stress in that set where I was like, don't forget to hit this joke.
Yeah.
Right? And the joke to me is one of the funniest jokes in the special where I go, I don't want to be happy. I want to be with you.
Yeah.
That line is a T-shirt.
It's a Valentine's Day card.
It's a Valentine's Day card. It's just a funny fucking line, and it's great. I didn't get it the first show. Got it the second show.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice I didn't get it in the first show?
Yes.
And I was so bummed at myself because that is a really funny joke.
Yeah.
That line is so funny where you go, no, babe. I go, sometimes she agrees with me and says, do what you want to do, have fun, And I go, no. I don't want to have fun. Or what is it?
I don't want to be happy.
I don't want to.
I want you to be happy. Be happy. Do what makes you happy.
If you want to do that, do what makes you happy. I go, no. I don't want to be happy. I want to be with you.
But Steve, that's not just, it's a funny line, but how you point to me is what sells it.
All of it.
When you point, how hard you point, all of that, it comes together. So it's not just the line.
Right. And it has to be
the performance of it.
The performance of it. You put it all together. However, if we go back to Chris Rock's model where, Chris Rock's reading that line.
Yeah.
Right. He would read it and then it's just a chuckle. Right. Because it's not, all the pieces are not being put together.
Yeah.
But he knows, okay, I know that's a good line. Because remember, at the Comedy Store, sometimes he's performing in front of 9 people. And he would come in at midnight on purpose. He wanted there to be 9 people. He wanted them to be exhausted and tired. He wanted them to see 15 comedians before he got on.
Yeah.
Because he really wanted to know. So he knew that if he just got a little bit of a chuckle,
there was something there.
Next question.
My last question is for Renee. This week is the biggest week we have. Starting on Monday, we locked the cut. How are you feeling about it?
I'm good. I'm really, really good. There has to be a point when you say, okay, we're not making any more changes. But I didn't have that feeling of like, oh my God, I still wanted to make more changes and we had to send it off. Like I'm at the point now where I just want everyone to see it. I'm like, can we be done with this part of the process? Because I think the material is so good. I think the stories you tell in this, I think this special is like such a roller coaster ride. And I'm just so ready for people to get to enjoy it.
I'm just excited for the ending. Like, I really think that what we did at the end of this special is truly special.
Yeah.
And we always try to find something. There's so many comedians that have specials out there. We always try to find something that is unique.
Yeah.
And I think that ending with that special is so unique. And we are going to do something really special for all you guys out there. Our friends at Rebecca Creek they're going to let us go to their distillery and do a see it before you can see it. Renee and I plan on doing a podcast live in front of everybody. And then everybody at the Tobin that saw the show live is going to get an invite to come back do Q&A with Renee and I, and watch it there. So I know Rick's a little nervous about it, but we're going to do it. And we're very excited.
It's not a little.
I'm not going to watch any of it. I'm going to dinner. I will go eat dinner next door.
Yeah.
While everybody watches my bullshit. Aztec Chevrolet, God, we love you guys. Thank you so much. Renee and I plan on doing a really cool video with her new Hummer EV.
It's so cool.
So far, we're absolutely loving it. You do, Rick, have to get out of the mindset of like, I need to charge it. I got to charge it. I got, and then you start to think about it and you go, well, I don't go to the gas station every night. I drive around for a while until it gets to below half, and then I go fill up.
Yeah.
Renee drives around until it ends up in the E,
in the red,
and then goes to gas. So you did you have that to overcome, Rick?
Nope. It's our charger's in our garage, and you pull it in, you pop it in. It's a 2-second thing. I hate going to the gas station now. It's so archaic to me.
Yeah, no, we're loving our new EV, and I think we'll do a really cool video for Aztec Chevrolet, Aztec Ford, Uvalde Chevrolet, Old Salt Coffee. Had it this morning. Absolutely love it. Trevino 10 is the discount code if you would like to get 10% off. Pick cherries. We love them. We appreciate them. Our friends at Rebecca Creek, again, have been so amazingly sweet and kind to us. Please give it a sip. Give it a sip. We love you guys. We'll see you next time. Rick, awesome questions. I'm really interested to see this podcast. I'm going to watch this one because
I think you just need to write a joke about the TV. Like if that many couples relate to the damn oversized
we covered
TV.
Fucking 4 topics in this. I mean, like 5 topics. So we will see. A big thank you to Adrian for helping us out here as well. We love you guys. We'll see you next time. And I will be in San Antonio tomorrow, raising money for Helicopters for Heroes. The week after that is the big week in Montana. So please get your tickets. SteveTrevino.com. You look absolutely beautiful as always.